Hi, I'm Chris Stirewalt, and as you can tell by that awesome music, it is in fact time for Power Play. Yay! All right, Internet, so I'm going to let you in on a little secret that you have not heard before. Hillary Clinton is probably going to be the Democratic nominee. The burn burneth out. So, everything's cool, right? The Democrats are going to fall in line. She's going to have their support, and everything's going to be okay. Except for this. Lingering concerns among many that she is perhaps too chummy with Wall Street have continued to burble up. That could affect her in a general election, voter enthusiasm, et cetera, et cetera. And it doesn't help that she has reiterated an explanation that because of 9/11, Goldman Sachs gives her all this money. It has not been very good. How does she get out of this? And does it actually really matter? Who could we ask? Who do we know who we could ask? I want you to meet a couple of people who I am told are excellent, patriotic, and smart. They include Ben Wikler. He is the Washington director for MoveOn.org. Also pro-American is Mike Shields. He is the president of the Congressional Leadership Fund, which wants Republicans to be in Congress.
That's right.
Yes, this is true. He was former chief of staff for the RNC. Who are you chief of staff under?
Reince Priebus.
Oh, okay. So you're fresh.
Fresh. That's
right. Okay,
yeah.
fresh out the box. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. When we look at Hillary Clinton and Wall Street, well, here's the first question. Sure. Is her answer satisfactory? Is it good enough for Democratic voters?
You know, I think the main thing that her answer about 9/11 does is it gets people talking about her answer about 9/11 rather than about Wall Street.
Okay.
It's a red herring. This is an area where in this primary,
is like a Trump move?
It's a little bit of a yeah.
Look over here.
Look at the shiny ball.
Okay.
Because in this primary, talking about Wall Street doesn't bring votes to her side.
All right.
The other thing that's happening, though, is that she's staking out a much more aggressive position on Wall Street regulation issues than you've heard from Democratic nominees for a long time. Like substantially tougher, especially tougher than any of the Republicans. So I actually think, in a sense, right now it seems like she's the cozy with Wall Street candidate in the Democratic primary, but come the general, this is going to be one of her strong punches.
Okay, now, and before we move on, do you agree with my assessment that this primary is over?
I don't think it is. I think we've...
All right, we'll come back. All right, we'll come. Well, then we'll definitely come back to that. All right, so you're the Republicans. Not all of them. You're just one. But as your party, they look at Hillary Clinton and they see these long-standing Wall Street ties. I mean, the AP had a story the other day. She raked in so much dough from the financial sector. It was astonishing, $40 million or something like that. It was amazing, all this money. And she said, it doesn't influence my thinking at all. Now, whether you're digging the Trump train or not digging the Trump train, one of the things that he says that's effective that voters respond to is he says, I don't take any money from anybody. I'm rich. So can Republicans use that issue against Hillary Clinton?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things about Hillary that this exposes is what a terrible candidate she is, okay? She's building a great machine. She's a longtime veteran politician. But when it comes to actually being a candidate, doing the things that you have to do on the stump, she's not very good.
Okay.
I mean, you know, saying the VA doesn't have any problems. I mean, if she was one of my House candidates, we would have a team, like an emergency team flying to her district saying, yeah, don't let her talk anymore. And so here she is just reminding people what a huge insider she is, a long time, which is going to be a major problem in the general election, right? It's a huge problem across the country for all the candidates being an insider. And then how duplicitous she is and how much she's not to be trusted.
Won't Democrats say they're bigger hookers than we are? Won't the Democrats just say, well, they're more in the pocket of big business in Wall Street than we are?
Well, sure. I mean, you're going to have a big debate about this, but the point is Hillary's the insider candidate. She's sort of doubling down on that, and she's doubling down on the fact that you can't trust anything she says. If you look at the Quinnipiac poll that just came out, 60% of Americans call her untrustworthy. And
but they also think she's a strong leader.
Yeah.
Well, all right, wait. Now, I got to ask you about this Bernard Sanders business. Now, how are you going to tell me this Democratic primary is not over?
You're not asking me. You're asking the million people that have contributed to his campaign.
Well, sure.
This is the key thing. If you look at the Republican primary, there's a lot of these candidates that are hitting a wall on hard money.
Right.
And Sanders is not. Sanders has the kind of base that can
allow
him to move forward.
She's 20 points ahead of him.
She's 20 points ahead of him. We don't know what's going to happen in New Hampshire and Iowa, and we have seen the story before where someone catapults into a very different place from those first two early primary states. I'm not saying he has it in the bag. I'm saying there's an actual primary happening.
I say Dunzo. Do you agree?
Well, Hillary doesn't think it's over because otherwise she wouldn't be trying to sort of out-socialist her opponent by getting as far away from Wall Street as she possibly can get. So the fact that she everything she's doing and saying proves that she doesn't believe that the primary is over either.
All right, well, here's what I think. I think that as long as Democrats think the Republicans are going to be easy to beat, which they do, as long as Democrats...
Which they will be, in fairness.
In fairness, he says. As long as Democrats think the Republicans are going to be easy to beat, they're going to be more inclined to let things play out. If it starts to look like it's getting too tough, I think they'll fall in line. Guys, I fall in line behind the excellence that you have provided here today. I am for that. And you, Internet, we thank you as well for the excellence you provide. And we hope you come back for more Power Play real soon.